Hello guys, okay, this is Ben, and I'm just going to go through on how to level up your character, and or create a character. And I've been having some technical difficulties, so it is very frustrating. I might move a little bit fast, which is understandable. If I miss anything, please, please, please do inform me. I will definitely want to. Okay, good, I don't stink. Um, If you have any questions, please do inform me, and I will definitely make an attempt to answer as best I can. Okay, so character creation. First off, you're going to want to take a look at what it is to um, be your character. For example, you're going to want to typically pick out your class before your race. However, I tend to do the opposite direction, but anyway, so we'll say you want to pick out a cleric. Okay, cool. I pick out a cleric now, and this is what I'm going to build my character around, is to be a cleric. Now, you're going to want to go through your races. This time I decided to make my cleric a gnome. Typically not the best one, but I figured why not? It could be a little bit of fun. Plus, I tend to put a spin-off on gnomes and make them very fun and explosive and whatnot. They do get a bonus to alchemy. Remember that. You're going to want to look through and you're going to want to read and just take the synopsis of the character, of the race itself, and write down your special abilities. You're also going to want to take and put it your general class specs. For example, gnomes get +2 to their constitution, but -2 to their strength. That is understandable. Apparently not very strong, but you can drop kick them across the room. Makes perfect sense, especially since they're used to that with their explosives. Moving on. Their size is small, and you're going to want to write that down. It's going to make a difference on all your attacks and all your defense modifiers. So make sure you look up and you know everything about your race in general. They also use smaller weapons, so that means they deal less damage, but you have more likely chance of hitting. Kudos. Um, his attack bonus is 1. Okay, and then you're going to want to get to the clerics section. The clerics section is going to have a big table in 3.5 edition, which will list out your fortitude, your reflex, your will save. It's also going to have your base attack bonus as you level up. Since I'm starting this character at level 2, you will have a base attack bonus of 1. Your fortitude will be 2, your will be 3, your reflex, you won't get any bonuses to that. Sorry, that's the way it goes. Ta-da. Okay, let's see. So then you're going to look at your next step is your hit die. Your hit die, you first level, as a first level character, you're going to get your full hit die, which will be 8, plus your constitution modifier, which in this case is 3. So then you're going to take and you're going to add that together, so that's 11. Now, with my special way of doing things, that way you can do it without dice roll and it's just easier. Take your hit die, divide it by 2. So you're dividing 8 by 2, which gives you 4, and then you're going to want to add in your constitution modifier, which now is 3, and you're going to take that, so that's 7 plus 11. So then that one is a total of 18. If you want, you can just make a little note on the side for each level thereafter. You're going to gain 7 hit points unless, of course, you level up your Constitution, which is good. Please do that. It guarantees that you'll survive more easily and get hit. You don't take more hits. Um, I also had it set up with your ability scores. You have an 18, a 16, a 14, a 12, and 2 10s. That way, and this is just so you can build your character at home. It's also easier and decent stats. Remember that? They're actually pretty good stats. I'm giving you above average scoring. Okay? Um, your AC is determined by, no, we'll get into that later once we get into the equipments. You're going to want to write down all your special abilities that your character has as you level up. So, for example, with a cleric, you're going to have turn undead, and you're going to get you're going to get, I believe it was, because he has a high enough wisdom, because I put an 18 in there. You're going to get at second level, you're going to get 0 level spells per day, and three, three first level. You're going to write down these different spells, and these are a number of spells you can cast per day. And also a number of ones that you know. You're also going to select your god. In this case, it chose the gnomish god of trickery and good, and protection. These are his aspects. You're going to want to read into the spell description. You're going to want to read into aspects. But I chose good domain and trickery. So you're going to get a spell from that. These are going to be bonus spells that you'll get to use per day. You're going to want to take your skills. Your skills are determined by your class, and this class happens to have 2 plus their intelligence modifier. So at first level, you're going to take your skills and you're going to multiply it by 4 plus your intelligence. So you multiply the whole thing, the whole shebang, by 4, which that'll give you a total, well, since he doesn't have intelligence modifier, it's just going to be 2 times 4 is 8, plus another 2 for being second level. So that means he has 10 points to put into skills. Your skills, their max skills that you can put into something is 4 plus your level. So essentially at second level, you could put in a total of 6 points into something, okay? That's pretty good, right? Alright, you're going to want to figure out your grapple, which is going to be based off your size modifier, your base attack, and your strength modifier. So in this case, he has a 14 for his strength, therefore his modifier is 2, and then he's going to have base attack for 1, and his size modifier for 1. So that means he gets plus 4 to all of his grapple checks. By the way, this is something that many of my characters in my group are missing, is some of these combat tricks like grapple and such. Oh well, it's alright. Your touch armor you can figure out right now is your dex plus your, so basically it's minus your armor, so it's just your dex and whatever else you happen to have on you. Your armor, alright, your flat-footed is under assumption that you're not in a combat situation, so you don't add your dex modifier to it. Instead, you have your, you add your armor, which we'll get into. When you're going through, you're going to generally, and I've been nice, and I pretty much have given everyone decent equipment. I'm not giving them like the top of the line equipment, but I'm giving them all decent equipment, so that way I don't have to go through and do the whole rolling for gold and stuff. But if you look, your character class does determine. I believe your character class, when you get into the equipment section, determines how much gold you have to spend on equipment. And should be considered, and so when you're going through and picking out your stuff. Also, as you level up, that bar continues on. I think you have to look it up in the DMG, Dungeon Master's Guide. This is a book. And you'll get a listing of exactly what characters get based on their level. So, moving on, now that we're in the equipment section... Oh, no, hold on. You get a feat for your first level. You're going to be guaranteed to get a single feat. If you're human, you get 2. Whoop-de-doo. Or half. I think half elves too, but I'd have to look that up, so don't quote me on that one. Don't quote me on that one. I don't know if half elves actually get that bonus feat. But yes, no, you get a feat at your first level. It should relate directly with your character. In this case, I chose ambidexterity because I thought it would be kind of cool, and it's not a character that I'm intending to necessarily play. So read through exactly what your feat does, write it down, and play with the feat as it is. At third level, you will get a feat. You will also get an additional feat at 6th, 9th, 12th, 15th, 18th, and I think you get an epic feat at 20, but I'm not sure on that one, so I'd have to look up epic rules and stuff. But anyway, moving on. And at 4th level and every 4 levels thereafter, you get to add to your modifiers to your ability score. So, and this is at 4th level. at 8th level, at 12th level, 16th, and 20th. You get to add to your modifiers, which is awesome. Let me see. Remember to add your skills. Each time you level, you get more skill points. You should use this. This can determine whether or not your character survives, whether or not the group survives, or anything like that. So make sure you add in your skills. Like I said, for my players, from now on, if you forget to do something, it's there. That's the way it is. I'm not going to tell you about it. And when you realize that you made the mistake, I'll say, sorry, that's the way it is. So, anyway, let's see. So when you get into your equipment, you're going to see that there's gold. You're going to have the amount of gold that you have, and you can put it towards equipment. You're going to want to look at your weapons, and then you're going to want to look at your armor. You want to keep yourself a decent armor. You also are going to have armor which limits your dex. You can only get so much of a dex bonus based on your armor. You're also going to have limitations as to what kind of armor you can wear. Certain armors, your class determines what kind of weapons you can use as well. So that's something else to keep in mind. I know monks, they aren't proficient with any armors whatsoever. They are also non-proficient with any, with most weapons, except for very specific weapons. In this case, the cleric is proficient with, I think it was medium armor and any simple weapons, plus the weapons that their god is entitled to use, aka the, this case with the gnome is the battle axe, is which one he is proficient with. So, then you want to go through and you're going to want to select your spells that you have, that you get, and you're going to want to read through them carefully. You're going to want to go into the actual spell description itself. Please do so, because it is very crucial and very important that you know all the things that your spells do. You're going to want to see first off what spells you have access to, then you're going to want to read what the spells do in a full description. So, I believe that, oh, languages. Languages is determined by what your, it should say on your character sheet itself. Your character's going to know certain languages. For example, Gnome knows Common, which is where everyone speaks, and Gnome. He's also going to know a bonus languages based on his intelligence modifier. So let's say an intelligence modifier of 12, or an intelligence total of 12, but his modifier was 1. He would know an extra language. We could say Orcish or something. Something along that lines. You could know. So, anyway, I think that pretty much covers how to build your character. It's really simple. All it takes is just simply reading the book. If you don't read the book, you're not going to understand exactly how to build your character. It's just reading is all. And the thing that frustrates me about my group is they obviously aren't taking the time to read the book. So anyway, peace, love, and happiness, guys, and all that. I'll be making a video fairly soon once I'm inspired along the more spiritual lines instead of the D&D lines. I know I've been out of the online world. It's not that I've been less spiritual. I've been working on that and keeping it up, yes, but I've found that the more I guess, involve myself in just the online and don't take time in the real world, the less connected I feel. So, anyway, peace out. Bye.